So although I've been in therapy for the last, 4+ years, I'm still a narcissist, y'all. I don't claim to be cured. I don't claim to be in recovery. I just tell y'all I'm a narcissist in therapy, that I've been clinically diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder. The continuous work and personal development I've been doing for the past decade and a half has helped me get to where I am right now. So all the narcissistic thoughts and the things that the narcissists normally do, they're still in my head, y'all. Typically my first thought with any situation is self-serving, to protect myself and to protect my ego. I still catch myself doing the silent treatment. I still catch myself being, manipulative and gaslighting and stuff like that, because it's second nature, y'all. I've been doing that stuff for 36 years as opposed to just therapy for 4.5 years. So even if your narcissistic person goes through therapy, they're still going to be a narcissist, y'all. It just doesn't go away. I'll be in therapy for the rest of my life, and I'm okay with that. Would your person be comfortable going to therapy for the rest of their lives? Typically, the answer is going to be no to that question.
What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. I am self-aware, diagnosed narcissist Lee Hammock, and I use my platform on social media to raise awareness for NPD, get more people into therapy, and then also validate the victims and survivors of said disorder. This series right here is dedicated to making my TikToks and YouTube shorts longer. They are 60 seconds or less. This is going to be a lot longer than 60 seconds. All right, so the video you just watched right there was about me responding to a comment on TikTok. The comment said, do you still feel narcissistic urges now that you're aware of them? And the answer to that question, y'all, is going to be yes. I feel like I keep having to reiterate this point right here, that I'm still a narcissist. I think it blows people's minds sometimes when I tell them that, like, even with psychotherapy, I've been in psychotherapy since October of 2017, y'all. I started therapy in October of 2017. And it's been a little over 4 years now, So I tell people all the time, but I'm still a narcissist. I still am. Like, my first thought is surfing. My first thought is surfing. No, my first thought is self-serving. It just has to be. I know people are like, well, Lee, this everybody's, but everybody's first thought isn't self-serving to the detriment and not caring how others are affected by it. That's how mine is. Like, I'm going to make myself happy. And that's how most narcissistic people's thought process is going to go. Like, I'm going to make myself happy first. Me first. Me first. Me first. And if you get caught up and hurt in the process of me making myself happy, then you just happen to be collateral damage. You knew I was a hurricane. You built a house on the shore. Your house going to get towed up. Sorry. You can't stop the hurricane. You can't stop the rain. You know what I mean? But that's how it goes, though. So if you're dealing with toxic people, narcissistic people, whoever you're dealing with, you have to be the one to put a stop to it. Like, not to put a stop to it. Like, so many people ask me how to get that person to therapy. How do I get my narcissistic person to go to therapy and make the change that you have made? Now, this is not. I keep. I feel like I keep making this video over and over again, but this is not just 4 years of therapy, y'all. This is also 10 years of personal development you see in front of you as well. Like, personal development, I'm about to be doing my life coach and stuff like that. Like, I've been a college graduate. Like, I've had a lot of stuff that's happened to me to help me get to the point where I am right now. Well, I've been working on my mental health for a long time, even before therapy. Like, I think you realize if you're dealing with a narcissist, and I know everybody's not diagnosed, y'all. Well, I can't really diagnose them. They're not diagnosed, but I think they might be. You know who the people you're dealing with. You know their traits. You know them. You deal with them. You know them. So if you accept the fact that you might be dealing with a narcissist, undiagnosed, diagnosed, whatever, you also have to accept the fact that even if somehow they go to therapy, that therapy is not going to cure them. They're still going to be a narcissist. Is that something that you're okay with? Some people, like, I talk to people over Zoom all the time when I'm doing my one-on-ones, and some people are okay with that, y'all. And I don't judge. I mean, some people are okay. Like, and I tell them, like, even with therapy, it's still not going to be an equal input, equal output relationship. Like, you're not going to get out of it what you put in. You just not, especially not emotionally. You're not going to get your emotions reciprocated. Even some people are like, I just want 50-50. If I get, some people, a regular relationship is 100%. I give 100, you give me 100. You know what I mean? It's not 50-50. That means both of y'all going half. It's like, I give 100, you give 100. But narcissistic relationships is typically you give 125 and you get back 25. Like, you're not going to get back what you put into it. And some people are okay with taking that loss on their emotional investment. You know, your return on investment is negative. And some people are okay with that. I know, understand the codependency exists, the trauma bond exists, and things of that nature exist. But some people are truly okay with that. And I was like, I'm not here to judge. I just need y'all to realize that even if they go to therapy, it doesn't, okay, first of all, therapy doesn't erase what they've done to you. So if they cheated on you, if they lied to you, if they put their hands on you, whatever. If they put their hands on you, dip out anyway. But if they cheated on you, lied to you, done that type of stuff to you, then it's time to, like, therapy is not going to be the end all be all. Does that make everything that they put you through okay? And I know everybody wants to hold out, like maybe if they go to therapy, they'll be a better person. And I don't want them to go to therapy and be a better person for someone else when I've made this emotional investment into them. But you're still going to be taking a loss on it though. I let people realize that you're still going to be taking a loss. Like, even if they go to therapy, you're still not going to be getting out what you put in. You're going to give them $100 of emotional love, and you're going to get back $25, $30. Therapy might help them get to 40, 45. You mean, I know people go like, well, Lee, you don't do, is it the same thing for you too? I'm not a very emotional person, y'all. I just know that. My wife is like, she emotional, so I do the best I can do. I write notes for her, I show her affection, I give her stuff, I do stuff for her, I give her stuff, I give her gifts, I do things for her. I try to make her smile every day, make her laugh. We have a good connection. We sit and talk. We have heartfelt conversations. We work good together, But some people will accept half of that because you get none of that right now. You don't even get the good conversation. You don't get to lay down or lay up with people like that. So I ask again, even with therapy, would that make a difference? Because they're still going to be a narcissist. Therapy doesn't cure them. They're not going to go get a pill and be like, they're not going to have an exorcism performed on them. They're still going to be them. That person that you love and care about so much, they're still going to be a narcissist. And I need people to accept that. Like, if you want to accept them, you have to accept them for who they are. If you want to stay, even if after you leave and you have to co-parent with them or something like that, you have to accept that person for who they are. You have to realize that that's them. This is them. Even doing therapy, because a lot of people, narcissists, or not avoid therapy because therapy is tough, y'all. I always say this right here. Therapy will have you go to therapy to talk about your issues and stuff like that, and you walk out of that therapist's office hating your mom for staying with your dad, or hating your mom for being a narcissist or abusive, and it makes you disconnect from people sometimes, or makes you choose not to talk to that person anymore. So therapy is tough. So a lot of people don't want to deal with therapy, and it's understandable to me that a lot of people don't want to deal with therapy, because I go to therapy. Therapy is tough, y'all. It's not the easiest thing to go sit in a therapist chair and bare your soul to tell people what you're thinking, especially if you know your thoughts are not good thoughts. If you have the darkest, dirtiest, craziest thoughts, it's kind of embarrassing sometimes to share those thoughts with a complete stranger. That's why you have to build a relationship with your therapist. Like, in one therapy session is not enough, y'all. The first therapy session is like the intake. Like, you're filling out paperwork and exchanging names and telling them why you're there, giving them a brief synopsis of who you are and why you're there and what you look to accomplish. You're not going in there getting cured and getting tools to live a better life. Not the first session. So if you have a person in your life that you think is toxic or narcissist, and they go to therapy and they do one session, they're just like, yeah, that was refreshing. I don't need to do it anymore. They said, I'm good. They say, you need to go. Or neither of us need to go. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times the narcissist will even talk you out of going to therapy because they know that they are the problem. You want to go to therapy to work on yourself. Hey, babe, I need to go to therapy to work on myself. And they're like, no, wait, you need to go to therapy. Let's talk to me. I can be a therapist. That's what I'm here for. Yeah, you need to go talk to a therapist before you got a husband. You need a therapist before you got a wife. You married. You don't need a therapist. Because a lot of times they know that they're the issue. You're going to go to therapy to talk about them. But so even if you go to therapy, they'll ask you when you come home with therapy, oh, what'd you say about me? With the stank face. What'd you say about me? Huh? You know what I mean? So what are you going to do about that? That situation arises a lot, and you have to deal with that situation as it comes and goes as well. So when you're dealing with narcissists, like I said, therapy is not the end-all be-all. I'm 100% still a narcissist. You know what I mean? Ben Taylor, you watch Raw Motivations, he's still a narcissist. Sarah, Cluster B Milkshake is still a narcissist. The truth, she's the truth. She's still a narcissist though. And everybody's being real with it. Like, I'm not cured. I'm not rehabilitated. So I see some people in my comment sections like, can you just start saying you're a recovering narcissist? If I say I'm a recovering narcissist, that gives the wrong people hope that their narcissistic person can recover and become a self-aware narcissist and change the world one gaslight at a time. No, it doesn't work that way, y'all. It really truly doesn't. I'm still a narcissist. I still gaslight. I still manipulate. I still all that stuff is still here. I've just refined myself to the point where I've been putting in work, and I have to go to therapy for the rest of my life. Like I said in the video, the original TikTok, I'm going to be in therapy for the rest of my life. Is your person okay with doing that? Hey, are you willing to go to therapy not just once, but for the rest of your life, at least once a month for the rest of your life? What do you think they're going to say? Most people will say no. Or most people might lie. Some people might lie. Yeah, I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything to get you back in here. Please, please, please. And if somebody says, I'll do anything, that means that they'll go to therapy just for you. How do I know if therapy is working? Take the relationship off the table. Hey, look, I want you to keep going to therapy, but this is not going to work out. That's how you know if they're going for you or if they're going for themselves, because they'll panic and break. I had one of my friends I did a one-on-one with. Her boyfriend's actually in therapy, and she still didn't want to be with him. I didn't let him know. And that's how you know if it's going to be real. Soon as she told him she wanted to break up, she's like, I hope you stay in therapy. He's like, my therapist. Turn right back into the narcissistic monster. She got her answer. As tough as it was. Shout out, her initials are EK. But anyways, y'all, thank y'all for tuning into another episode. I really, truly appreciate y'all. Yes, I'm still a narcissist. And narcissist does not mean I'm a terrible person. I know people, one of my friends the other day told me somebody called me a creep. She's like, Lee Hammock is a creep. That person probably never interacted with me in my whole social media existence. That person probably never interacted with me, never left a comment, never did anything, right? She's like, yep. She said she watched half of one video and called you a creep because you're a narcissist. There's the stigma. There you go. A creep. Nobody in my life would ever call me a creep. I promise y'all. They'll call me a lot of other stuff, but they're like, Lee, you're a creep. You be doing some creepy stuff. No, you won't ever hear that. Anyways, thank y'all for tuning in. Turn on your notifications. Like and subscribe for more. Mental Illness is out. Peace.